In this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to build a conversational voice AI agent that can book appointments straight onto Go High Level. So without further ado or any waste of time, let's get right into it. Now, the first step here is to go into some kind of Go High Level account, and we're going to go to the automations, and then we're going to go ahead and click Create Workflow here. And then we're going to click Create from Scratch. Then for the trigger, this is up to you, but the trigger can be a couple things. One, the trigger could be a tag. And so whenever you tag a new lead, it could trigger the AI to start calling large lists of contacts. Or number two, it could be some kind of ad campaign or form. So whenever somebody fills out that ad form or the form that's on your website, they'll immediately get a call from the AI that can then book an appointment with them. So for this use case, I'm going to just go ahead and do the tag. So I'm going to basically pretend that we're going to be doing a large outbound campaign here. And for the tag, I'm going to do Nova Echo call trigger. That works. And then save. Cool. Now, right after we have the trigger, the next step here is going to actually be a drip function. So we're going to do drip. Now, what drip does, this is very important, it makes it so that we do not overload the system. So we put one contact in. I like to do every 0.05 minutes. That's about every 6 seconds. You can do it a little bit less. You can do more, obviously, but I feel this is a pretty good range for most campaigns. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a webhook. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we're going to be leveraging Nova Echo AI's technology because we have the most advanced voice AI technology on the market, and using anything else will not provide as good results. And so there's always going to be a net higher ROI whenever you're using Nova Echo's technology. Now, the next step is to go to the URL, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to paste this URL right here for Nova Echo. Then we're going to add some custom data. So we're going to add a couple things here. The first is going to be client ID. The next is going to be contact ID. I'll explain what each of these are in a second. The next is going to be from number. After that, we're going to do to number. And then we're going to go ahead and do agent ID. Now, the way that you find each of these is you're going to go to the AI dashboard, the Nova Echo AI dashboard, and that's this right here. And you'll be able to go and find everything within this dashboard. So first, we have the client ID. So we're going to copy this. We're going to come back here and we're going to paste in the client ID. This basically tracks that you are the one that's initiating this call. Next, we have contact ID. This is something that's within Go High Level. And so we're going to click here, click contact, and then scroll down until we find ID. And it will pass that ID in. Then we have the from number. Now, the from number is a number that we're calling from when we're doing outbound calls. So we're going to go back into Nova Echo. We're going to go to phone numbers here, and we're going to copy whichever phone number we're using. So I'll use this one, for example. We're going to come back and format it just like this. No dashes, no spaces, and with the area code in front, no plus. Then for the to number, that's the number we're calling. Now, since we're initiating calls from Go High Level, we're going to go ahead and, again, we're going to click on the variable button, click on contact, and then click on phone. So we're calling their phone number. And then for the agent ID, this is the most important. And this is basically the agent that it's using to make the call. So we're going to go back to Nova Echo. We're going to click on agents, and we're going to click on voice agents, and then click on outbound. We're going to keep English as the language, have an opening message. Then we're going to click on one of these voices, scroll down. We're going to add the double call feature, some sensitivity options, and turn off voicemails. And then this is where we're going to put the actual prompt. Now, I have other videos on the channel that explain in depth how to prompt voice AI agents, but for now, we're just going to use one of the pre-made templates, which is a pretty, base level prompt, but it still works for testing. And then we're going to go ahead and press save agent. And then when we go back to agents and go to saved agents, we'll see all of the previously saved agents that we have. And all we have to do is just click on the agent ID next to one of them. And then we'll be able to actually make calls with that agent ID. So we're just going to move that over to the agent ID category. And then we're going to go ahead and press save. And now we have it. So whenever we add this contact tag to somebody inside of Go High Level, it'll drip them in and then give them that call. That is how you actually make calls from Go High Level. So now the last step here is making sure that we'll actually book appointments onto Go High Level. And the way we're going to go ahead and do that is we're going to first save this workflow. Then we're going to go back. We're going to go to settings and go to calendars. And then we're going to find an event calendar. And right now, all of these are event calendars. We're going to just copy it. And then we're going to go back into the AI dashboard. We're going to go back to our voice agent. Typically, we would just click on the one we made and then we click edit. But I didn't save that one, so I'll just go ahead and show you guys in a new one. We're going to go to calendar booking and go to GHL. We're going to copy paste that calendar ID and then click whatever time zone you're in. And then you're going to press save. And the only reason it said invalid credentials is because this is not actually the correct CRM that's linked with this demo dashboard, since this is a demo. However, in your case, it should say successfully paired right up here, and it should be green. If it is red, then that's most likely a scenario where the Go High Level you're using doesn't actually pair up with the dashboard that you have set up, which would be an easy fix. And you can just reach out to our support team and we'll get that fixed for you. But anyways, that shouldn't happen. And then you're going to come back into here, go back to automations, go back to the workflow that you're working on. And now whenever you add that trigger and it drips them in and it calls them, it will then book appointments over the phone onto Go High Level. And then the last thing is obviously just publish, and you can add other automations here to do even cooler things. So that is basically how you set up an AI caller, the best AI caller to book appointments on Go High Level. And if you want to learn more about setting up Nova Echo and setting it up with Go High Level specifically, or with any other CRM, because we integrate with over 3,000 different platforms, then there's going to be a link in the description to book a call with our team to answer all your questions. I'll let you know what it can and can't do and whether it would be a good fit for you. So hopefully we'll be able to talk soon. I look forward to hearing how that conversation goes, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.